everyone, I'm Lindsay,
And I'm Hannah Stanley.
and today we have a special guest here, Mr. Moore.
Okay, very good. And now it's my time to speak. Okay, I'm Terry Moore, live here in the Goodman area. Went to school here in 1972. So I've been away from here quite some time, but I still live locally here. So I have a welding shop here on 1455. So Moore's Welding and Ironwork.
So, what do you remember most vividly about your first days at Holmes Community College in 1973? Two.
Okay. Vividly, mostly being from a black community, going to we consider as a white school at that time, and basically the transition of how the students are going to accept me and how I was going to accept them as a football player at that time. So basically, it was sort of neutral in terms of how you interacted, and I was a vocational machinist student at that particular time.
So, you kind of already answered the question a little bit, but how did it feel to be one of the first black students on campus, especially as a football player and a technical student?
It wasn't easy because you was sort of like an eyesore in terms of you, not say had friends, but actually it was a new venture, and you want to make sure you do your best in your beginning. So I was a natural football player and a naturally person to meet people. So that part was sort of easy. So make sure that I did my best in my grades, done my best as whatever I done. So the first of the football scholarships was offered to blacks here. It was actually 4 of us black players on the football team here at Holmes. So it was quite interesting.
Were there particular moments on the field or in the classroom that made you feel included or excluded?
Yes, both. Excluded in terms of you didn't know exactly who your friends were, and excluded in terms of how did you react in terms of I can remember back in those days that you had to do your best because I was undersized as a linebacker. 172 pounds linebacker was unknown of. You had to be 220 or 230. So I had speed and ability to do that. So that was something to sort of overcome that wasn't used to.
So, what changes have you seen on campus and in the community since you were here as a student?
A lot of changes. The opportunity for blacks to actually expose themselves and do your best. So right now, I see a lot of things now that need to be changed as far as knowing the opportunities here and you're not taking advantage of the opportunities. Sometimes things wasn't available to you, not necessarily because you didn't have a degree in it, but just wasn't available. So we had to get used to doing that. So I seen that as something new that people had to get used to. And we as a group of people, money's not the only thing. Your interaction with people is very important, and sometimes we take it for granted.
Were there moments when you felt proud of how far the college has come or your peers had come?
Yes, there was a lot of times. Numbers is not the only importance of actually success. So I was one of I'm the youngest child of 9 children. So I had 6 sisters and there was 3 boys of us. So being the youngest, and I had 4 others went to college, but that was an all-black college at that time. So their interaction of how success was measured versus mine was completely different. So I'm grateful that we've come a long ways.
How did your experience at home shape your personal or professional path after college?
My first job was with the General Electric in Jackson. And in maintenance, you came from the north as a machinist or into the trades. So I came from a small junior college as a black person doing integration times. You was expected to do well. So by my skills, I could do well, because a lot of times you wasn't given an opportunity. So once I was given an opportunity, I think I'd done well at that. And being a football player, success was actually what you made of it. It's not the outcome of later on. So I think, we grew pretty well with that.
Were there faculty or staff members who made a lasting impact on you during your time at Holmes?
Yes, my instructor in machine shop at that particular time, he done an impact situation because I thought machine work was actually a sewing machine. I didn't know a machinist actually made parts. So he started explaining that, and the class of math actually had to have trigonometry. I didn't have it in high school. So he put me with a student that already had trig. So it became easy because the student teaching it in a teacher, it was much different. So I think that was a good transition for me.
So during your time here, it was during the integration period, right?
Yes.
So what was the atmosphere like amongst your classmates and your teammates around that time?
Football players was always a team sports. So you stuck together as a football team. Now when you get on campus, then there was a different atmosphere. But my football skills was actually as an outsider anyway. So therefore I fit in okay. And I met my wife here, so at that particular time. So she was a local person from the area. So that helped me sort of do the transition of being campus and some of the things that went on.
Looking back, what do you think your presence at Holmes has meant for future generations of black students?
Well, when I learned the word of entrepreneur, doing things sort of outside the box, me and my son owned the welding shop here, Moore's Welding and Ironwork here on 14. It gives you into something within yourself that you can do that has not been done before that you know of. So I think that helped me to grasp what was going on just by being an entrepreneur within your mind. What you can think, you can do it.
So that was inspirational enough. But if you could share one message today with the students about your experience, what would you say?
Money's not everything. Success is measured within yourself. And see, as blacks, when I was coming out of school, we dreamed a lot, but we didn't follow our dreams. I was interviewed in Farmer's Magazine, Farmer's Dream, and a person from Jackson came and interviewed me and said that if you dream doing some things and you made them work, other people need to hear that and be able to follow their own dreams. So as people, a lot of times we don't follow our own intuition of what we can do. And most of the time we use excuses of, I wasn't offered a position, or I don't have the money, or I don't know the right people. We're forgetting who God is. God is an awesome person that does not have obstacles that we use as excuses. So we have to sometimes go beyond the excuse that we use for when I can't. Say, yes, I can, and you'd be amazed how far you can go. Okay, the first one, meeting the wife. I had a high school girlfriend, true enough, when I came here. But by being at a school that you only seen people of your color at lunchtime or at times when school was out, in my class, we was only 2 blacks in the class. When you wouldn't see other people, and sometimes they would sort of stir away from you. And the wife, she needed a nickel to call her boyfriend to get a ride home. So I gave her a nickel and she couldn't get it. So I had a car at that particular time, so I carried her home. She lived here close in town. So that was the way that I met her. And the situation of the second question of how can I impact some of the players or the people on campus, when you are exposed to what you say you can't do, use it as a positive, yes, I can. And when you do those type things, your mind will put you in a state of mind that what I have to do to be able to be successful. And saying, as my position as a linebacker, football player, he's an outsider. He does things what other people can't do, or else he's their backups. So therefore, in that line of work, the football and my career as a machinist, they sort of went together. I didn't know it at that particular time, but they sort of backed each other. And when you think about the amount of money that you can make, I talked to some instructors of the high school for their counseling. Find a student, don't let him want to do what his uncle did, driving a truck or some of those type of things. believe in themselves and have an ideal of what they can do. And mine was to do my best. My dad was a railroad worker, so that was unusual. That we didn't have to work on a farm or work on a plantation per se. So I didn't have any experience of that. I didn't pick no cotton. Knew about it, but those things sort of helped me to recognize that the South is not all bad. There's some positive things that's still in the South.
Is there anything else that you'd like to just share with us about your time at Holmes or something? We're preserving stories about Holmes. That's our project.
Well, not say just voluntarily, but when I did the interview of Farmer's Dream, I was asked a question in terms of what was my dream. When I worked at home, I remember working on a farm with baling hay and actually working on somebody else's place. So I said, when I grow up, I want to own my own horses, I want to have my own hunting dogs, and I want to own 100 acres of land. God blessed me with 150 acres of land. My own horses that I can ride if I decide to do that. And when you think outside the box of what you can do versus saying what you can't do, it carries you a lot further. And other people will recognize that either he made it or he's doing okay. I want to know what he does. So both of the boys has come out to be okay. So the wife finished here and she went to the W. She finished there. So when we got married, you know, you already had a background of work ethics. So if you put those work ethics together, you'd be amazed how far you can go. It's sort of like where you end up at. You know, we have a lot of cliches that we use as blacks or people. It's not where you start, it's where you finish it. So with a family, when you probably have not gotten married, well, I want 2 kids, I want 5 kids. There's a compromising situation. Why you want 5? Why you want 2? And as you grow in your ability to know what it costs to raise a child, you might come back down at 2. Then again, most children are not planned. So if you don't plan them, it still will work out for you. So when you know, I'm not a God-fearing person, not a preacher, but I'm God-fearing and know that he knows all about you before you even know yourselves. So the interview part of it, it's not about the things that you may say or may ask, but it's what you learn in the process and how far you can go with it.
So thank you so much for coming and talking to us today. And thank you all so much for listening to us. Like we always say, if y'all have any comments or concerns or questions, just ask us. That's what we're here for. And yeah. Oh, and this has been Holmes, a century in the making. Thank you.
Miss Jeanette, I don't know that I ever asked you, where did you grow up?
Baden, here.
So you are Vaden, born and raised.
Yes.
Okay. Was Mr. Doyle a student at Holmes as well?
Yes. He attended on a football scholarship following graduation from high school.
Okay. What year did he start attending Holmes?
It had to be fall of 71.
I actually found an old edition of the student newspaper. It's called The Growl, from, I forget what year it was in, but there's actually a picture of Mr. Doyle in there where he had been asked about his views on the Vietnam War. But I could not I could not find him in any of the yearbooks. So I'm guessing I just wasn't looking in the right place.
He should be in 71, 72, maybe in 72, 73. He did play football, and I know we had a yearbook here, a coupler that he was in.
Okay.
And he was in vocational because he majored in auto mechanic, I believe. So he would be in the vocational part.
Okay.
Yeah. He is in the 1972 volume on the football in the back. He was I guess a running back.
Did y'all go to high school together? Are you both from Vaden?
Yes.
So you started working at Holmes in 77?
I am not sure of the exact year, Rachel.
Okay. Sometime in the 70s.
Yes, it was either 76, it had probably was 77.
And as you were employed at Holmes, you were also a student?
No, I've never attended other than fun classes.
Fun classes?
Yeah, you know, like, what did you all have? I can't remember. Wasn't the cake decorating, something like that. But no, I've never actually attended Homes.
Okay, so you did not attend Holmes other than the fun classes. You worked at Holmes.
No.
You were in the registrar's office?
Yes.
To your knowledge, I remember a couple of years ago when Sylvia was still working in housekeeping here, she was talking about you being one of the first black employees at Holmes.
I believe I was the first black staff other than the yard people, yard keepers. And I believe Mrs. Molly Blackman was the first faculty, because she was a counselor there when I started. But as the staff, I was the first one hired on staff.
Okay, and you worked in the registrar's office?
Yes.
Do you have any particular fond memories of working in the registrar's office?
It was great. I enjoyed meeting the students and dealing with the students. And my boss, Mr. Bunch, he was hilarious. He was good. I enjoyed working with him, Bunch. William Bunch.
William Bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So William Bunch is Bill Bunch. Would he also have been called Bill Bunch?
Yes, and I think his son has the same name.
Do you remember meeting a little girl named Lindy when you worked
Was
here?
that his daughter?
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Lindy.
He had two children, a girl and a boy.
Lindy is the vice president for student affairs now at Holmes.
Wow.
She is my supervisor's supervisor.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Okay. Oh wow. That is something else. That is really wonderful. I'm gonna have to come down and visit.
Please do. We would love to have you.
Yeah.
As far as you can recall about your time in the registrar's office, what was campus like at the time in the 70s?
You know, I really didn't get out on campus a lot. I had a lot of responsibilities at home because my grandparents and was sick, and I had to help Mom. So, and then Dora was out of state working, so I was basically home by myself. So I didn't really do a lot of time on campus other than going to work and back.
And looking back on your time here, and I know it was a while ago, but can you think of any ways that you hope Holmes has changed since you were here?
Well, I think they've already changed a lot from when I started because since I was the first black person on staff, I'm sure they've hired many, many more as well as teachers and stuff. And the fact that there are more black students attending and participating in activities and stuff like that. So I think they've already changed.
Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Rachel, I can't really think of anything, honey.
Yes, ma'am. Do you think Mr. Doyle would be open to speaking to me as well at some point?
The problem is you have to catch him.
If I can catch him, do you think he'd be open to it?
Yeah, and he probably could tell you more about the campus because he played football and he was a very outgoing person. He was into everything, and there was a lot of guys from here that attended. Marvin Noah, Jolene Gant. God, it was quite a few of them from here that was there with him at the time. So yeah, he'll have a lot to tell you.
Okay, great. If I can,
if you came this way, because he and Lynn are always out there doing something or whatever.
Always in the garden.
And, you could just catch him face to face and have a great talk with him.
all right. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, Rachel, you take care.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.